So yesterday I got the call that there's actually a tumor that developed behind my eyes due to a birth control.
Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about how birth control ruined some women's life. Okay, so imagine a simple healthy decision only to have it completely change your body, your mind, and even your life. That's a reality for many women who have shared their stories about how birth control ruined their healthy, their relationships, and their overall well-being. It's a conversation that often gets dismissed. After all, birth control is supposed to be empowering, right? But what happens when the things meant to give women control ends up taking it away? So I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my truths.
So yesterday I got the call that there's actually a tumor that developed behind my eyes due to a birth control that I had been on for 3 years. This is like an update, so watch the first birth control Get Ready With Me I made if you want to know like the whole story. But basically I got on Nexplanon for 3 years without knowing any of the side effects or doing any sort of research. I just had some dumbass girl come up to me and be like, this is great, this is amazing, get on it. And my 18-year-old dumbass was like, okay. Well, it literally fucked up my body really bad. And even with having it out for over a year now, I still have long-term problems from it. And I feel like doctors kind of try to shove birth control on you and make it seem like this big thing that's gonna give you like big boobs and make your life so great. But this is your sign to do your research on your own time because they make money off of prescribing you shit. So just be careful. If someone would have told me that even a slight chance of these things happening to me, I would have never got on it. Don't even get me started on the terrible side effects I had while I was on it. They're in the first part if you want to go see what they were. But after I got off of it, even more shit got fucked up. I went to like 4 or 5 doctors and everybody's like trying to convince me I'm perfectly normal and nothing's fine. And like one doctor even tried to convince me to get back on the birth control that screwed me up anyway. But luckily for me, I have a lot of doctors in my family. So I just went straight to my uncle because I knew no other fucking doctor was gonna actually figure out what was wrong with me. My uncle probably tested every single hormone in my body, like he was determined to figure out what was wrong with me, and I'm so thankful for that. And then yesterday I got the call that I have something called prolactinoma, which essentially just means that there is a tumor in my pituitary gland that is producing too much of the hormone prolactin, which is the hormone that your body releases when you are pregnant, and I am not pregnant, so that is a very big problem. It causes a lot of different things, like it causes you to not be able to lose weight, it causes other things I don't really want to talk about again, and when left untreated, it can lead to your vision going, it can lead to infertility, and if I didn't find it as soon as I did, I could have never been able to have kids. So that's definitely fucking scary, and it's also scary that I went to like 5 different doctors and all of them were like, you're fine, you're normal, nothing's wrong, like it's not your hormone. The bitch who tried to convince me to go back on the birth control that I literally told her messed up my body fully was like, I don't think it's your hormones. Usually it's not that. I'll send in requests for blood work just for like the hell of it, but it's definitely not gonna be that. Like, girl, you are a fucking... Anyway, if I would have not been able to ever have kids if I wanted to because of her dumbass, I don't even know. The tumor is non-cancerous, so that's a good thing, but depending on the size of it, because I have to get a brain scan on Friday, will tell me whether I need to get it removed or whether I can just treat it with medication. But what actually pisses me off is if you look on Google if these things can be caused by birth control, it'll always say there's no link between this and birth control because there's kind of just no way to prove if it was the birth control that did it. But for some reason, a lot of people who get this birth control end up with shit like this. And I've never had a problem with my body until I got on this. So I don't know, me personally, take that as you will. But like I always say, birth control affects everyone differently. So what happened to me might not happen to you. And what might happen to you could be worse than what happened to me. You never fucking know. You're just like taking a shot in the dark. As scary as it is to know that there's like a tumor in my pituitary gland, I am relieved to have an answer to what it is instead of just being like gaslit and told like, you're fine, like it's okay, like there's never hormonal things wrong with people, even though that's like actually a really common thing. Like, are you good? So many great non-hormonal options of birth control that just like won't ruin your body, like the copper IUD, things like that. But in my personal opinion, just wrap your damn willy and you'll be fine. Like, I don't need to put anything else in my body. I'm kind of just in a bit of an annoying ass spot right now because obviously whatever medication I have to take to fix this is going to have a shit ton of terrible side effects, but my normal body already has terrible side effects from having the tumor in the first place. So it's just a lose-lose situation. But if I don't take care of it now, then I could never have kids. So love it, sexy. Why is it setting spray ass? Okay, that's way better. Thanks, Miss Gomez. Honestly, I'm just relieved that it's not PCOS because that's also something that the birth control I was on could give to you. And that is pretty irreversible. I mean, it can be like treated, but it can't be fixed. And I guess I'll just keep you guys updated, but don't listen to the dumbass doctors and do your research yourself. Because it has been proven time and time again that US healthcare can't really be trusted, especially if you go to like a fucking patient first. I'm just trying to look on the bright side that things can be fixed and trying not to absolutely freak out about it because it's scary. I love you, Hot Knockers, and stay sexy.
So I, as a woman, went to get my birth control refill today. Just something I do sometimes. And guess what happened? She was like, hey, are you having headaches? And I was like, oh, funny you should mention it. I've been getting migraines. Never got them before. I had three. I had three in the past 6 months. She was like, interesting, because that means that this birth control is giving you an elevated risk of stroke. And I was like, oh, really? And then she was like, do you still want more? And I was like, no! No! Are you kidding me? Obviously, a baby is better than a stroke. Well,
me and my fiance almost broke up because of the birth control pill. I was on the pill for 8 years of my life and started taking it when I was 15 because I had bad periods and it was my only option. In my 6th year of taking the pill, I started to notice my mental health was at its all-time low. My anxiety was through the roof. I felt so angry 24/7 to the point where I even smashed my laptop screen once. It was so scary. It genuinely felt like there was like a demon inside of me controlling me. At the same time as my mental health being the worst it's ever been, I also started to feel so out of touch with my fiance and our relationship. To the point where I even started to question everything. I didn't even know if I was still attracted to my fiance at one point because I just didn't even have the desire to want to be intimate, which was just so unlike me. It was almost as if the pill completely stopped me from feeling any positive emotions and even stopped me from feeling love. After feeling like this for over 9 months, I figured out that it must be the pill that was the only option. I stopped taking it completely and within a week, I was a different girl. I honestly felt like I'd fallen in love with my fiance all over again. But obviously, this is just my experience with the pill and what it did to me and my body, and it does affect everybody differently. But it's just so scary that the birth control pill would have led me to a decision based off my emotions that I had no control over.
That's a video, guys. So I'm just here also to share my choosings, like how birth control ruined women's life. So, for decades, birth control has been presented as a safe and effective way to prevent pregnancy, regulate hormones, and even manage health conditions like acne. But beneath the gross ads and doctors' recommendations, there's a side of the story that it rarely gets told. The women who feel like they were not properly be warned about the risk, who find themselves trapped in a cycle of side effects, and who struggle to get their doctors to take their own consent seriously. Some women experience intense mood swings, depression, and others report weight gain, loss of libido, and feeling like completely different person. And then there are those who face terrifying physical complications like blood clots, strokes, and even infertility after stopping the pill. One of the biggest frustrations women express is how their concerns are often dismissed when they bring up side effects. Many share how doctors brush them off, saying the symptoms were normal or just part of being a woman. Give it a few months and we're told your body just need to adjust. But what happens when months turn into years? And instead of adjusting, their health periods out of control. Women talk about feeling unheard, about struggling with anxiety, panic attacks, and the sense of emotional numbness they never had before. They went on birth control to feel in change of their lives, but instead they felt like they had lost themselves. Beyond the emotional and mental toll, the physical consequences can be even more severe. So stories of severe migraines, uncontrollable weight gain, and honorable embarrasses that lasted even after stopping the pill or birth control are common. Some women face hair loss, extreme fatigue, and even changes in their metabolism. And let's not forget the hidden dangers: blood clots, high blood pressure, and in rare cases, strokes. Many women say they had no idea these risks existed because they were never fully informed. They trusted the system, only to realize later that they were suffering in ways they never anticipated. Then there's the impact on relationship. Countless women have shared how hormonal birth control changed their attraction to their partners. Some found themselves feeling disconnected or irritated by the person they once loved. Others noticed a sudden loss of intimacy where their desire completely vanished, leaving them questioning if something was wrong with them or their relationship. And once they were stopped birth control, some felt like a switch flipped, suddenly realizing they had been living in a hormonal fog that has been affecting their emotions and choices all along. What's even more alarming is how difficult it can be to undo the damage. For some, getting off the pill control was just as hard as being on it. Their body struggled to regulate hormones naturally, leading to painful periods, acne, and also unpredictable mood swings. Others found that even after quitting, they were still dealing with long-term effects like gut issues, thyroid imbalances, or difficult conceiving when they were finally ready to have children. The journey to healing can take months, even years, and for many years, it's a frustrating process of trial and error, trying to regain control of their healthy after feeling like it was stolen from them. So, why are not more people talking about this? Why are women still being handed birth control like candy without full transparency about it could do to their bodies? It's a question that sparked debate, and this is why so many women are now speaking out, sharing their experiences and demanding better, because birth control should be a choice, but it should be an informed choice. Women deserve to know all the risk, all the possible side effects, and all the alternative before making a decision that could change their lives forever. If you're the person experienced with birth control or bad, let's talk about it in the comment section. Your story might just help another woman make the right decision for your body. So I have a story, little bit story to share with you. We What happened to my mother. So my mother was on birth control for almost 10 years. Okay, she was there. So she didn't realize that it was affecting herself. First it started with high blood pressure, then later it developed with stroke. So until now, for a longest time, this thing really affected her. So later she didn't even realize she had stroke and she has stopped talking because of the same medicaments which she took. So like for me, I don't take it. I'm very scared because that happened to her, because she was not really informed about the side effect. She was not really taught, and it's kind of scary. Okay, someone who was good, and now the person is not talking and she has stroke. It's like complicated. So I feel like before you take any medicament or any medicine, please ask your doctor what side effects they have, so that you're aware. Okay, so that you're aware, because once a damage, it's very hard to replace your healthy, because your healthy really matters. Don't take anything if you don't know really what it will happen to your body. Okay, so I always advise, like, take something which is natural. Yeah, so if you're on birth control, guys, ladies, please take care of yourself. It's really important to take care of yourself, because oh my god, once you lose your healthy, it can't be replaced. Trust me. I've seen it from, and I've learned the hard way. This is because your health really matters. Okay, so yeah, so that's a video for today. I don't know what you think, you guys, about the birth control. Have you ever tried the birth control? What did you do to your body? And before I go, I want to share also my experience. Like for me, when I started taking it, it was really affecting my body. I felt like I was gaining so much weight, and you know but I just started like to remove it, and we discussed it with my partner. Yeah, now we are not using that. Yeah. Yeah, so we continue. That's a video, guys. See you in my next episode. Bye bye.